Go ahead and hit it. Hey folks, welcome to How to Tie with your guide Shannon Messer, coming to you from Sylvan, North Carolina at the one and only Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to tie a Chubby Chernobyl, but yet in a smaller version. I'm actually going to be using a fooling mill size 12 DryFly hook. With that being said, we appreciate you tuning in and watching. Make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube so you can get all the latest updates. Hit that little dinger button there to alert you whenever we put some stuff out there, because we do put some crazy stuff out there, believe it or not. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those social media outlets, and I'm sure that'll get popped up throughout the video if it hasn't done so already. Before we get started, one of the things that I really think complements this particular fly is this high and dry liquid floatant. What I like to do, I use this pretty much exclusively, to be honest with you, with all my dry flies. But all you got to do with these things, once you get your fly tied to your hook, unscrew the lid, dip it down into the liquid, let it sit there for a few seconds, pull it out, be sure to secure your lid, and you're ready to go fishing for a full day out there for sure. It works really good, well. Once again, available here at the shop, high and dry floatant. Then we have liquid, we have powder, we have desiccant, all kinds of that stuff. Made in the USA, and it's all environmentally friendly, and that's the most important thing. It's friendly to the environment. So we're going to get started. I'm going to turn on the light here at the tying desk, and of course I am using the Orvis fly tying system, and you can find these here exclusively at Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. As I mentioned this time, Fulling Mill FM 1180. All-purpose light bronze, size 12. And I'm going to be using black thread. Vary the thread color based upon what color of bug that you may be tying. And also feel free to tie these up in various colors. Black would be a great one for our terrestrials, such as ants, beetles, hoppers. That would be fantastic here in the Smokies. Yellow, I've tied yellow. Casey wants a bunch of yellow ones. It's really going to kind of help us with our... great indicators, but with our stones, sallies, things like that, that's a great choice. Okay. So you can see I laid out the thread base while I was talking, and I want to take a sacrificial piece of foam here right quick, and I'm going to secure that here to the hook shank momentarily, and that's going to help with floatability of this fly. To add a little bit of durability to this, I want to use some Wapsi Z-Mint. We have this available at the shop as well. And all these materials will be available for purchase here from tuckflyshop.com under the shopping link. And also give us a call. We'll get them out to you. All right. I'm going to get that secured down and take these lashing wraps here momentarily. And when you get to the end, you can break this off one of two ways. You can pull it up and break it like that, or if you want to, you can use your scissors. Since I've got that broken off, I'm going to go ahead and lash this down here really good. And we are good to go. Now, imagine, if you will, if you were trying to do this over and over. It'd take you a while. You get a little bit tired. So, I'm lazy. I like to do it the other way. So, I've got my piece of foam here cut. It's not perfectly square. That's fine. It's not a big deal. The fly time police and the bug police ain't going to come by and see you. But anyway, if you look here, it's about maybe a little bit wider than the gape of the hook when I put this in here. That's a good guide. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades, okay? So I want to lay this up here. I want to have a little bit of overhang off the back of the hook, okay? So you can't really see that. You can probably from that angle right here. I've got a little bit hanging over. I'm going to secure that down, pull this back out of the way, a few wraps in front. Then I'm going to take some tan dubbing from Orvis on this here. I'm using Spectrablend DryFly. Use the color dubbing you like. Also use the type. Ice dub might be a great choice to use with this, honestly. Didn't think about that till now. Ice dub could be an excellent choice. I'm actually going to put a wrap over top of that momentarily just to kind of build that body up, as you can see right there how I've built that up. But ice dub would be a really good choice, especially maybe in a peacocky color. Ooh, man, peacock. Peacock. That's fun to say. Peacock. We'll leave it at that. Jokes are free, people. Jokes are free. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to bring my foam over here. I'm going to put in another little Humpty Hump. For you folks from back in the early 90s, you know what the Humpty Hump is. Do the Humpty, do the Humpty Hump, do the dance at the can, do the hump. All right. Now we're going to take our barred chestnut happens to be the color. These are the Orvis silicone legs, round. Feel free to use the ones you like to use. I'm just going to cut those in half, and then as you see, I'm going to try my best to get them to lay on top here for me momentarily. I've got them. One couple of lashes. I wanted to bring this to the side, split them out, okay? You do it the way it works well for you, okay? Got that in there. Now, I'm going to take some of this polypropylene rope, yarn, use the color you want to use. I've got white. I'm going to use white. It's that simple, okay? We're not here to reinvent the wheel. We're going to lay this in here like so. Catch it. Bam. I'm going to pull it back once again. Boom. Boom. That rubber leg is not wanting to work with me to save my life. I guess I didn't pay the preacher enough. Okay, there we go. Depends on where you're from. When it ain't raining, they say you didn't pay the preacher. We've had plenty of rain. Somebody can stop paying the preacher. All right. So I want to go with a wrap or two right here to kind of get that in there secured. I like to do that personally, but that's entirely up to you. I want to lift this back, put in a few in there like so. Now remember, this is on the smaller side, so you don't go bonkers with this thing, okay? I think you could actually get these things down into 14s if you play your cards right, if you want to. This dubbing is basically just an underbody, to be honest with you there. That's all it is. As you can see, just a little bit of an underbody is all we're building up. Now, I can spin the dubbing on here pretty quick on the Norvise, but it would blow your mind at the point in time. But I'm just going to do it on the old-fashioned way. That's why it takes so long. Okay? I didn't wet my fingers. I didn't use wax. A lot of this stuff is dyed, okay? It's got some materials. There we go. All right, so I want to pull this over now. Hump number 2. 1, 2. See, I've got some room up there. Better this time. Once again, the barred chestnut. Barred chestnut. Okay, fantastic. 1, 2. And be sure to comment below, and if you haven't taken the time already, hit that subscribe button. That really helps us out here at the shop. We want to put out some quality information out there for you. Where'd that leg go? I done lost it. Where's he at? I keep losing these legs. Where'd he go? Unwrap. Look here. You don't like it? Hey, there he is. I want to do that again. Mulligan time. Mulligan time. I don't have a good story to tell y'all. I don't know if used all my Navy stories. I don't have a good one to tell y'all. Chuck, me and Chuck got out the other day and had a good time on the water. Appreciate Chuck. Appreciate Chuck, man. He was real good to me. Knob Creek is good, my friend. That's all I got to say about that. He'll know what I'm talking about. Nice little gift at the end of the day. People have been listening to the Tuck cast with a splash of bourbon. It's good stuff. All right. We're about to finish this bad boy up right here. As you see, it's fairly simple. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I can do it. Jack can do it. You know, Jack can tie these up, I bet. All right. Put that in there like so. Come up in front. I like to pull that back. Get up here into the eye. Let's take a look at it. It looks mighty nice, fellas and ladies. A lot of ladies that tie flies out there. Let's be real clear. Whip finish. Griffin whip finisher. 1, 2. 1 whip finish. Boom, 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 boom. 2 whip finishes. Okay. Reach in here now with my Dr. Slick fine point scissors. Some people ask what type of scissors I use. Those are the Dr. Slick fine point ones. Now, I'm going to flip this over and hopefully you can see this jumbled mess here. But I want to take this, you can see the eye of the hook right here. So I want to take my scissors and come out about this far here, trim it. You can come in at an angle if you want to. Clip those off. This is where I wished I was amphibious or ambidextrous. Clip it, clip it. You can leave it long. You get on the water. If it's rougher water, you're going to want more foam. If it's not as rough water, you can trim them. Okay, that's where the beauty is. It lies in your hand. When you tie your own, you can customize the sizes of these things on the stream or the river. I think it's important. I reached in there and like so, and I grabbed those legs and cut them. Now what I'm going to do, typically I would pull this to the bottom and do it, but for your sake, I'm going to try to come in like this so you can see what I do. Cut it. Now we got pontoons, okay? And we got the legs, they act as pontoons. We're in good shape, okay? They're going to do their thing in the water. Now for our polypropylene, what I like to do, you can brush it out a bit, take your little Velcro, whatever, kind of brush it, yada, 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 get it all, you know, like you're playing with the Barbie doll stuff there, I guess. Brush it out, do that. I'm just going to lift it up. This is an indicator. I want to come in, I'll get my other scissors actually. This stuff here is pretty thick. I want to come in an angle. Big craft scissors day. There we go. All right. Feel free to trim those up on the stream if you want to. You can do that. So that's just an indicator. That's all it is. That's not really for floating. That's just for you to see. Okay, that's all there is. So there you go. You're used to seeing these Chernobyls and like 8s and long shank hooks and things like that. You can tie them in smaller versions, as you can see here. Feel free to come in here in this back area. I've actually seen them with some elk hair, deer hair as the tail. Put some crystal flash. It's entirely up to you. I don't think it's needed, but anyway, what we've got there is a completed tiny chubby Chernobyl. Feel free to get you some materials here from us at the shop. Tie them up in various colors. I suggest tan, olive, black, yellow, maybe even some orange. If you got some cicadas where you're at, that would be a good choice. But we want to appreciate you folks for listening and watching the How to Tie with your guide Shannon Messer, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.